Imam Bukhari, and I'm sure you're familiar with the name, that Imam Bukhari, who was a famous hadith expert, and also it has been agreed that Imam Bukhari's work is the most authentic out of all the work in hadith that is put together. So when Imam Bukhari, he was 3 years old, he lost his eyesight. Imagine what would have been the state of the parent. So his mother made a promise to herself that she is going to pray the Hajjud every night, and she's going to pray until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala restores her son's eyesight. Just imagine the condition of the mom and how she would have bared that, and how she attached herself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So she prayed every night. That's what exactly she did. Night after night, she prayed and asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to heal her son's eyes, right? Especially at the tahajjud time, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so near. So she made a promise to herself, and she stuck to that promise. And to her joy, one morning when she woke up, she found that he was able to see again, right? So we learn that Imam Bukhari's mother, she didn't give up or lose hope when her young child became blind. She knew the power of prayer, she knew the power of dua, and especially the beauty of making dua during the night at time of the Hajjud. She understood that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala listens to the prayers, especially during the late hours of night. So Imam Bukhari's upbringing in a household with such a devoted mother played a significant role in shaping him into the renowned Islamic scholar that he became. Imam Bukhari had an extremely strong memory from an early childhood. And his mother, who was a single mother, a widow, she devoted herself to Allah and her child's well-being. So women like Imam Bukhari's mother are incredible role models. They didn't let life's challenges demotivate them. Instead, such mothers remained close to Allah Almighty through their prayer and unwavering faith. So these are the kinds of women we should look up to, not just for their looks or achievements, but for their steadfastness in the face of life's tests. So if we want the best of our children, if we want our children to be at their best, and we wish to see them grow up as servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we as parents, we must take steps to become better servants ourselves. So the case of Imam Bukhari reminds us that the dua is a powerful tool, especially when we are worried about our children. It's a reminder that our prayers as parents can have a big impact on our children's lives. So here we see the tremendous power of sincere and constant supplication to Allah. Imam Bukhari's mother, her devotion to the Hajjud prayer and her persistence in making dua for her son's eyesight, that his eyesight gets restored, ultimately led to a miracle outcome. It served as a reminder that no matter how dire a situation may be, turning to Allah in prayer, turning to Allah in dua is always a source of hope. And the second thing and most important thing that we learn about Allah's consciousness and conviction, Imam Bukhari's mother's taqwa, her consciousness to Allah's presence, and her unwavering conviction in Allah's ability to answer her prayers were instrumental. Her faith never it got shattered, even in the face of adversity. And this unwavering belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's might and mercy, it gave her the fruit of that. And we also learn that praying tahajjud involves sacrificing sleep, dedicating a portion of night to worship, and Imam Bukhari's mother's commitment to tahajjud, despite being a single mother and facing the challenge of raising a child who is unable to see. This demonstrated her exceptional dedication to her faith and her child's well-being. This highlights the importance of making sacrifice for what truly matters. She didn't see it as a sacrifice, but as a necessary task for her child. So women like Imam Bukhari's mother, who maintained a strong connection with Allah and remained steadfast in her faith in difficult times, serve as a powerful role model for all believing women. Their actions and devotion to Allah can inspire and guide other women in their own spiritual journeys. We also learn that Imam Bukhari's mother played an important role in shaping her son's character and faith. Her dedication, her trust in Allah not only led to the restoration of her son's eyesight, but also nurtured a future scholar who would make a significant contribution in Islamic education. So this underscores the profound influence parents can have on their child's spiritual development. We should remember the importance of dua. Just as Imam Bukhari's mother's prayers were answered, our sincere and our deep prayers can have a positive impact on our children's lives and well-being. So this is a reminder that we should never underestimate the power of our prayers as parents. Instead, we should constantly make prayers to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide our children. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide whom we leave behind. So this story basically is a source of inspiration. It emphasizes the power of faith, conviction, sacrifice, and dua in the lives of believers, especially parents. And this teaches us that regardless of the challenges we face in our life, turning to Allah in prayer and maintaining a strong connection with Allah Almighty can lead to a miraculous outcome and can provide comfort in difficult times.